Hello again. Shortly, the official party will enter the graduation hall. Once they've taken their position on stage, Advance Australia Fair will be played, and we invite you to join in the singing of the national anthem. Would you please stand for the academic procession?
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and a well-fought toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, I would like to invite Uncle Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional acknowledgement to country.
Thank you. Warami Miriga, hello friends, and Nalawa, welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I wish to firstly pay my respects to the country and its people, and to thank the university for their acknowledgement of us and the invitation to welcome you here for the acknowledgement of country. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burrabrongal clan, one of our neighbouring clans, during the early years of colonisation. Yarramundi saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. And so he enrolled his daughter, Bullangai, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and ultimately secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them and became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success, your advancement, our advancement. Now, that was probably better understood in traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the community. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the camp, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 230 years ago, he encountered a people whom he described as one of the happiest people he'd ever met. They owned nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried. They were naked, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and fed their families from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, and no homelessness. Armies were unheard of, as were forts, jails, or even fences. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained in their natural state through fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they have done around here for the past 30,000 years. So please consider, this is not a vision or an ideal to be strived for. This was normal life for us for the longest time and not too long ago. And there is no good reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us. However, we are a clever people, and there is still much magic in the world, I like to believe. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good, we are naturally happy, and normally very good at looking after each other and the planet. I would just ask that you share your skills with the rest of us and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do this, and I'm confident that we can put together a world we can be proud of and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine by winding up and letting you graduate. So I want to say congratulations to all of you. Have a wonderful rest of the day and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, I'm pleased to introduce Pro-Chancellor of Macquarie University, Professor Nick Mansfield. Pro-Chancellor.
Thanks, Chris Tobin, for that acknowledgement of country. We're here today at the university to celebrate the value and meaning of education in our lives, and it adds a huge amount to the significance of the event to be able to connect it with the long traditions of knowledge, education and wisdom that have taken place on these lands for many thousands of years. It's a great honour to the university that you come, and we thank you very much for your words. Thank you. Colleagues, guests, families and friends of our graduands, and most importantly, all our graduands, it's my distinct honour and pleasure to welcome you here today to this graduation ceremony. I bring our graduands and their guests a special greeting from the members of the Macquarie University Council, the university's governing body. It's our hope that today is a very happy and memorable occasion for all of you. Now I see and hear that we have a number of small children and maybe a baby or two here in the audience, and I want you all to know that they are especially welcome. I also want you to know that we do not expect small children to stay still or to remain quiet through the course of a graduation ceremony. This is very much an event for families and friends, and children are especially welcome. Today is a milestone day. Today we celebrate the wonderful achievements of those of you about to graduate. Completing a university degree is not an easy thing. It requires an intelligent and inquiring mind, determination and perseverance, and you've made many sacrifices along the way in pursuit of your end goal. And now you've made it, and I look forward to personally congratulating each and every one of you. I also want to especially welcome the families, supporters and friends of our graduands here with us as invited guests. The fact that you've been invited by one of our graduands to share in one of the most memorable days of their lives is proof positive that you've been an important influence. So to our guests, congratulations to you too, and thank you for celebrating this great occasion with us. Universities are different from schools, colleges, and other educational institutions in that they link teaching, the sharing of knowledge and ideas, with research, the discovery and formulation of new knowledge and new ways of thinking. There are very few innovations in our world, whether it be in how we are treated when we are sick, how we interact with our environment, how we think about our past, the technologies that increasingly define our work, communication, and entertainment, how we are educated, the laws we live by, the policies governments pursue, or the debates that define how we live, think, and make values that are not touched by or even initiated in university research. A university education teaches you not only skills and knowledge, but gives you an awareness of how truth and new ideas develop and how they are tested and validated. Innovation is at the heart of every university, and therefore also challenge, difficulty, and the excitement that go with them. Macquarie University is at the forefront of innovation and challenge. It was at Macquarie University, for example, in work done in conjunction with the CSIRO, that the world's first working WLAN microchip on which current Wi-Fi technology depends. A technology that most of us carry around with us all the time in our pockets and refer to constantly every day of our lives. It is this spirit of innovation we celebrate, especially in the graduation of our PhD candidates, who are being awarded the world's highest academic qualification for projects that by definition must be original, groundbreaking, and forward-thinking, no matter what the field. Everyone who is graduating today has had to confront these challenges of innovation, of new ways of thinking, and of change, a process that I'm sure has had its surprises and difficulties and confounding moments, as well as moments of anxiety, uncertainty, and stress. But graduates, you've confronted these challenges and you have won through. You have faced uncertainty and difficulty. You have been assessed against high standards, world-class standards, and you have met with success. You should be very proud of what you have accomplished. It is no small achievement. The university is certainly proud of you and what you have achieved. But we at Macquarie are also very much aware that education is not just an academic matter. It is fundamentally a social activity about people and human relationships. The university strives to be an hospitable, open, and supportive place. The friendliness, inclusiveness, and approachability of Macquarie staff and students, for example, is often commented on by visitors to the university, both from Australia and overseas. This is inherent to the Macquarie culture, and we intend that it will always remain so. Remember, you will always be welcome here. Macquarie University will always be a leader in teaching and learning, and a leader in the accumulation of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. However, our collective journey is about building community, where we have shared values and where we care about each other, even when our points of view on some issues might diverge. It is that combination of intellectual endeavour and human care that defines what a university is all about. Guests, academic and professional colleagues, and most importantly, our graduates, I offer you the warmest of welcomes to Macquarie University on this grand occasion. In just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. But now it is my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Katharina Lowe. Katharina Lowe is the New South Wales Public Service Commissioner. She leads workforce strategy, reform and programs for the New South Wales public sector, which is the largest workforce in Australia with over 430,000 employees. Katharina has had a distinguished public service career. Prior to her appointment as Public Service Commissioner, she was Deputy Secretary of the New South Wales Department of Communities and Justice. She's also held the positions of New South Wales Information Commissioner, New South Wales Privacy Commissioner, Assistant Auditor General, and CEO of Juvenile Justice New South Wales. Katharina has a Bachelor of Economics and a Bachelor of Laws from Macquarie University and a Master of Laws from the University of Sydney. She's actively involved in the tertiary education sector as a member of the Macquarie Law School Advisory Board, a director of the Australia and New Zealand School of Government, a member of the Advisory Board for the Australian Institute of Gender Equality at Work at the University of Sydney Business School, and she chairs the Industry Advisory Board for the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences at the University of Technology, Sydney. Katharina is a member of Chief Executive Women, is passionate about working in the public interest, and is a champion of diversity and inclusion. I now invite Katharina Lowe to deliver the occasional address.
Pro-Chancellor, members of the faculty, staff, distinguished guests, graduates and family and friends in the room today. Before I continue, I would also like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet, the Wallumattagal clan of the Darug Nation. I pay my respects to their elders and I extend that respect to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in the room today. To all of the graduates here today, please accept my warmest congratulations. You and your family and friends should feel immensely proud of your achievement. I hope you take the opportunity today to pause and really celebrate this milestone. I feel very honoured to be asked to give the occasional address at today's graduation ceremony. Being asked to speak today prompted me to reflect on my own personal and professional journey, what I've learnt along the way, and what I can share with you that might be helpful at this stage of your careers. 28 years ago, I was sitting where you're sitting now, graduating with a Bachelor of Economics and a Bachelor of Laws, with my career and all its possibilities stretched out in front of me. But my personal journey started long before that. Both my parents were born overseas, as was I. I was very young when my family moved to Australia permanently and we embraced Australia as our home. According to the most recent national census, I am one of the nearly 50% of Australians who was either born overseas or has at least one parent who was. I truly believe that Australia's cultural diversity is one of our greatest strengths as a country, and it's a competitive advantage that we need to leverage more than we currently do. When my family moved to Australia, we initially lived in a small country town in regional New South Wales, where we were the only Asian family in town. Now, you can probably imagine what that was like in the 1970s and early 1980s. Speaking of the 1980s, in the late 80s, I used to watch a legal drama series on television called LA Law. Those of you here today who are about my age or maybe a little bit older will probably remember the show. The show was about a law firm based in Los Angeles, as the name suggests. Many of the cases the firm worked on dealt with hot-button issues of the day in the USA, such as capital punishment, abortion, racism, homophobia, sexual harassment, HIV/AIDS, and domestic violence. It's interesting to note that we as a society are still grappling with many of these issues today. These are problems which the law and the legal profession have a role to play in solving. Now, I'm not embarrassed to admit that LA Law piqued my interest in the law and partly contributed to my decision to study law when I finished high school. The cases on the show were really fascinating. They dealt with some really fascinating issues, and because it was the 1980s, the female lawyers on the show wore these fabulous power suits with big shoulder pads, and I could picture myself doing just that. When I was studying law at Macquarie, the subjects I ended up gravitating towards were the public law subjects. I saw the potential for impact in these areas, as well as an alignment with purpose. So I made a very deliberate decision to join the public service because I wanted to do work that's in the public interest. So when it came time to apply for summer clerkships, I applied to several government agencies and was successful in getting a clerkship with the New South Wales Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, or the DPP. At the end of the summer, they asked me to stay on. Now, I'm a proud career public servant and have worked at both the state and Commonwealth levels. I've never regretted my decision to join the public service. The work we do in the public service is purposeful, it's interesting, it's challenging, and most importantly, it's impactful. What we do makes a real difference to people's lives. As I made my way up the career ladder from the most junior grade in the public service to the most senior, I've had the opportunity to work in a wide range of roles, from legal, policy and strategy, to regulatory, service delivery, and at integrity agencies such as the Audit Office. And now I have the privilege of being Public Service Commissioner, where I get to lead workforce policy, strategy and reform, and deliver workforce programs for the largest workforce in Australia. My team at the Public Service Commission would not forgive me if I didn't take this opportunity to spruik one of our programs, that being the New South Wales Government Graduate Program. It's one of the top graduate programs in the country. This year we recruited nearly 300 graduates from a wide range of disciplines, including the law. So if you haven't already worked out your next career step, I encourage you to check out our graduate program. A career in the public service is enormously fulfilling. As a lawyer in the public service, you get the opportunity to do work that you can't do elsewhere. I spent quite a few years of my career as a policy lawyer, where I worked on and led a wide range of civil and criminal law reforms. These included reforms to tort law, defamation law, the law of evidence, and how the legal profession is regulated. It also included developing legislation to provide a framework for surrogacy arrangements, to establish a Victims' Rights Commissioner and a Charter of Victims' Rights, to provide for victim impact statements in sentencing hearings, to establish diversionary schemes for offenders, and to introduce unexplained wealth laws as part of the criminal asset confiscation regime. Now, these are just a handful of the many reforms my team worked on. As a policy lawyer, the question one is endeavouring to answer is, what should the law be? And that's an incredibly interesting space to work in. You're not bound by precedent necessarily, you have the opportunity to be really innovative, and you have to weigh up diverse and often competing stakeholder interests and views. Working in the justice portfolio also meant being in the unique position of being part of a team that advised the New South Wales Attorney-General in their capacity as First Law Officer of the state. This advice included the legal aspects of matters being considered by the New South Wales Cabinet, the penalties that should attach to offences, requests for the exercise of the royal prerogative of mercy, and requests for reviews of criminal convictions. When I was Deputy Secretary in the Justice Portfolio, I held the delegation to extinguish historical homosexual offences where it could be shown that the activity was consensual. It was always satisfying to write to individual applicants to let them know that the historical offence, which had been hanging over their heads, sometimes for decades, was no longer on their record. During my career, I've had the privilege of being on a United Nations expert group. I've also had the privilege of being part of a delegation of senior public servants from across Australia who travelled to China on a study program aimed at strengthening the relationship between the two countries. And now I'm halfway through my term as Public Service Commissioner, and I'm often asked what legacy I'd like to leave when my term ends. Well, one of the legacies I'd like to leave is a public sector workforce that better reflects the diversity of the community we serve, including at the senior leadership level. The public sector workforce needs to reflect our community or our customers we serve so that we're better able to understand and respond to the needs of the community and to ultimately deliver better outcomes. Also, if we're not recruiting from a broad and diverse pool of people, we're potentially missing out on top talent to our detriment. Now, there's a large body of research which shows that diverse organisations and teams perform better across a whole range of metrics, including customer service and financial metrics, and that they're more innovative, creative, and better at problem solving. And that's exactly what we want our organisations to be, whether they operate in the public, private or not-for-profit sectors. Now, as I said earlier, in preparing to speak to you today, I reflected on what I've learnt along the way over a nearly 30-year career. And yes, I know that you're probably thinking I must have started work when I was 7. On a serious note, I have 6 key pieces of advice I would like to share with you, and they are as follows. Number 1, think about your purpose or motivation and your values and what you want to get out of your career, and make career choices that align with your purpose and values. This way, you will get meaning and fulfilment from work, which is particularly important given that the average person spends 90,000 hours at work over a lifetime. Number 2, do the best job you can in the job you're in and grab opportunities that come along. Now, I must confess to never having had a 5-year plan during my career. However, I always jumped at opportunities and I wasn't afraid to get out of my comfort zone. And I think we often grow and develop most when we're outside our comfort zone, being stretched and challenged. Number 3, never stop being curious and never stop learning. Learning is a lifelong endeavour and is particularly important given the pace of change is accelerating. Now, would you believe that when I started work, we didn't have emails or mobile phones or PowerPoint presentations? And now we're using generative AI amongst a whole range of other technology. Number 4, it's not only technical skills that count. Soft skills are just as important and are absolutely critical if you want to have a successful career. Number 5, invest in building and maintaining professional relationships. Relationships are important for getting work done and for achieving outcomes, and for professional growth and development, because we can learn so much from other people. Also, work is so much more fun if we can connect with colleagues and people in our network at a human level. Lastly, remember that you can be a leader at any level of an organisation, regardless of how senior you are, and that everyone in an organisation owns organisational culture. This is because we all have a sphere of influence within which we can choose to contribute positively. No matter what level we're at, we all play a role in ensuring our workplaces value diversity of thought and experience, are inclusive, and are places where everyone feels that they belong and are able to do their best work. Congratulations once again on your graduation. Enjoy every moment of today, and I wish you every success in your careers. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Katharina Lowe, for coming along today, giving up your time and sharing your very rich experience with us. So thank you very much. As Pro-Chancellor of Macquarie University, I especially look forward at presiding at ceremonies such as today's and conferring degrees on those who've complied with the university's requirements for awards. I now call on Acting Registrar Professor Mariella Herberstein to formally certify the eligibility of those who've met the requirements for the university's awards.
Pro-Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being here present today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission please stand?
In the name of the Macquarie University Council and by my authority as Pro-Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Pro-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Arts. I now call on Professor Lisa Berry, Dean, Macquarie Law School at the Faculty of Arts, to present the graduates. Professor Berry.
Pro-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Arts. Students and staff from the Faculty of Arts develop critical, inquiring and curious minds. They work together within and across disciplinary boundaries to ask questions about socially complex problems. They identify paths of research, analyse and communicate ideas in creative formats, and reflect on the skills and knowledge they need in order to understand the world, past, present, and future. Students are encouraged to use their skills and talents to connect with local and global communities. This faculty includes research and study areas in ancient history, anthropology, education, English, geography and planning, Indigenous studies, international studies, law, media, music, communication and cultural studies, modern history, politics and international relations, philosophy, sociology, and security studies and criminology. Through transformative education, Faculty of Arts graduates are equipped to face societal challenges with a deep, evaluative mind, strong reasoning, and a well-established ethical compass. They explore their creativity and passions while developing transferable skills like communication, critical thinking, and digital literacy. These skills are extremely sought after by employers. To our graduates, as you reflect on the last few years, I'm sure you'll agree that Macquarie University is home to a wonderful community of people. The relationships and networks you've formed will continue to serve you well into your future as professional contacts, as academic mentors, and as lifelong friendships. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Arts whom you've admitted to degrees or awarded diplomas. A higher degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study in which the defining characteristic is research. The Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to graduates who have demonstrated the capacity to conduct research independently by forming a distinct contribution to the knowledge of the subject and to afford evidence of coherence and originality shown either by the discovery of new facts or by the exercise of independent critical power. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Carolyn Adams, for a thesis entitled Access to Government Data Collections of Personal Information for Health Research, Better Decision Making. And we just invite Dr. Adams' supervisors for a photo as well. Dr. Humaira Parvin, for a thesis entitled Gender Equality in the Public Sector, a critical analysis of affirmative action policies in the Bangladesh Police Force. Dr. Sebratullah Kazi Zada, for a thesis entitled The Crisis of Refugee Protection under the International Refugee Convention, exploring a complementary way of improving refugee protection through international human rights law, international humanitarian law, and international criminal law. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Laws Honours, Samuel James. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with the degree of Bachelor of Laws Honours, Class 1, Madeline Bishop. Caitlin Gerard. Martin Grassi. Grace Kerr. Jacqueline Stark. Riley Taylor. Saskia van Stiesel van der Aar. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with the degree of Bachelor of Law Honours. Grace Murray. Ashley Wan. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of International Studies with the degree of Bachelor of Laws Honours, Class 1. Brittany Garagounis. Abarami Kandasamy. Daniel Williams. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of International Studies with the degree of Bachelor of Laws Honours, Zara Smith. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Media with the degree of Bachelor of Laws Honours, Class 1, Serena Abrahams. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Security Studies with the degree of Bachelor of Laws Honours, Class 1, Annabelle Anderson. Awarded the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence. Lauren Magro. May Sharma. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Security Studies with the degree of Bachelor of Laws Honours. Trustee Aurora. Justina Hanna. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Social Science and Bachelor of Laws Honours, Olivia Giacomelli. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Social Science with the degree of Bachelor of Laws Honours, Isabella Bakers. Kenya Walker. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws Honours Class 1, Patricia Alvarez. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws Honours, Madison Campion. Karen Charles. Laura Gallagher. Tara Haas. Alexander Larnent. Gabrielle Mantoufe. Gianna Vecchio. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Business Administration, Phyllis Lowe. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Laws, Rebecca Day. Olivia Canese. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Mitchell Beach. Robert Campbell-Smith. Vittoria Camparelli. Hannah Colgan. Brooke Collins. Mary Louise Fleischner. Catherine Gissing. Sophie Ma. Isabella Prideaux. Ruby Simpson. Chloe Skews-Weir. Tessa Stephen Sujovic. Georgia Whedon. Alyssa Whiffen. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of International Studies with the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Jennifer Good. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Media with the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Donya Amadi. Liam Norris. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Security Studies with the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Ellie Heron. Shoan Hussain. Shoan Khan. Cooper Kingsley. Oscar Purcell. Catherine Robinson. Sarah Van Omen Kluka. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Social Science with the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Soo Yun Kim. Hannah Mercer. Michaela Saputro. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Sonia Farraher. Mashal Farouk. Swanyer Pioan. Madison Hayden. Zara Kreutzer. Sneha Mundal. Jonathan Shah. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws. Fatima Arifin. Sandra Bahalan. Jenna Bazutis. Sophie Belmonte. Mark Bulgan. Yin Yu Chang. Cindy Chung. Mercedes Crouch. Bianca Croucher. Isabella Dibb. Madeline Dinasatis. Brooke Douglas. Mert Ense. Marianne Fares. Lisa Gerace. Logan Glover. Sabrina Habu. Zoe Haggerty. Sandra Healy. Arienze Ayawala. Sarah Kura. Sataj Mali. Nathan Magnon. Daniel Marcellino. Ken Mooney. Dreety Morris. Caitlin Neal. Fawa Nurani. Chloe Hansen. Elijah San Pedro. Lauren Sakis. William Sapong. Mariana Sawa. Milai Sayan. Sheza Shahid. Xanthi Shepherd. Jacob Solomon. Jade Tate. Michael Sintaminis. Ashley Van Aken. Mario Vey. Oscar Woffen. Jasper Wild. Nicholas Zambounis. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Juris Doctor. Ku Abwali. James Bradley. Nicola Chung. Nicole Chung. Wade Dower. Jacob Dowson. Ariana Haja. Matthew Lakeman. Youngju Lee. Damien Levita. Ludmilla McGregor. Angela Omari. Kim Pham. Payam Ranamayets Ekavat. Claudia Seif. Sarah Simpson. Laura Sutton. Dean Tamaris. Sophie Wenderoth. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of International Trade and Commerce Law. Stephen Kavanagh. Jeanette Louis. Bitchaploy Monty. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Laws. Khan Kuprasert. T. Phuc Lan Leung. Jacqueline Seitzel. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Graduate Diploma of Law. Ranjini David. Pro-Chancellor, a higher degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study in which the defining characteristic is research. Our Master of Research is a 2-year full-time equivalent research training degree consisting of research-based coursework, postgraduate research training, and a major research project. Graduates have focused on a specific research topic to produce a thesis of up to 20,000 words in preparation to a doctoral degree. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Research. Rose Al-Khalili, for a thesis entitled The Limitations and Liabilities of Litigation in Person, a study of recent Australian federal family law reforms. Immaculata Conde, for a thesis entitled Regard is to be Had, the meaning of Article 7.1 of the United Nations Convention on Contracts for the International Sale of Goods from a legislative history perspective. Kevin DeRostka, for a thesis entitled Leveraging Opportunities and Mitigating Risks, establishing a guiding framework for judges and courts engaging with statistical analysis of judicial decision-making. Jonathan Sloan, for a thesis entitled When to Cut the King's Head Off, the Public Good and the Oversight Power in Locke's Theory of Civic Systems. Joanna Mitchell, for a thesis entitled The Right to be Heard, Children and the Administrative Appeals Tribunal. Pro-Chancellor, that completes this afternoon's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Arts.
Pro-Chancellor, I call on Ku Abwali, who graduated with a Juris Doctor, to speak on behalf of the graduating group.
Okay. It's been a long afternoon, so I'll try and keep this brief. Pro-Chancellor, members of the university, fellow graduates and guests, I am honoured to speak today and proud of my 35-year relationship with Macquarie University. My friend, I have you beat. But we do have some things in common. I too am a child of immigrant parents from Palestine, and I was 3 months old when I came to Australia. You worked for the DPP, and I work in criminal defence law. So I'll be talking to you about some of our cases for review afterwards. When I was asked to give today's speech, I spent weeks perfecting the speech I thought I wanted to give. That speech talked about all the things that you would expect from a graduation speech, all of my impressive accomplishments, from my work at CNN in New York during 9/11 to my high-profile entertainment Hollywood clients such as Julia Roberts. That speech went on to express my gratitude for my family, my friends, and my incredible teachers. How I overcame obstacles to stand on this stage today. Hurdles like originally being rejected for the Juris Doctor program due to my low undergraduate degrees. Thank you, Dr. Lee Sparry, for believing in me and giving me the opportunity to be here. And then I was accepted. I had to relearn how to learn at the age of 47. And of course, I would talk about the biggest challenge, being diagnosed with cancer halfway through my Juris Doctor. Don't worry, it was an unaggressive type, but it does sound impressive to say I made it through cancer. And of course, COVID, and pushing through to achieve high distinctions in all of my subjects, all the things that you casually mention when you're trying to impress someone. My speech would be inspiring, emotional, and even a little humorous, just like me. But late last week, I had a particularly stressful and emotional week. One of those weeks where you question everything in your life. That's the emotional part. Am I really good enough to be a criminal lawyer? Do I have what it takes to advocate for clients when I can't even keep my emotions intact? My perfectly crafted speech no longer reflected my truth, so I rewrote it. Today, I'd like to talk about failure. When I looked up the synonyms to failure, words like loss, catastrophe, defeat, and breakdown came up. But what does that actually mean? And how does that failure show up in our lives? I have lost personal relationships with people that I thought that I would be friends with forever. But I have my best friend sitting in the audience today, who I've known for over 40 years, beaming with pride, and a plethora of people around the world who created the tapestry of my life, streaming in to hear my speech. I've experienced catastrophic business ventures and different partnerships that have fallen apart throughout my career, but I now have an exceptionally fulfilling and yet incredibly challenging career with the most supportive, inspiring, and unbelievably patient colleagues who keep me grounded and humble. I've struggled with uni and work assignments. I felt defeated and almost given up 100 times, but my colleagues and teachers have encouraged me time and time again to push through, even when I didn't want to, even when they had to use reverse psychology on me. Yes, of course I'll support you quitting this course, Dr. Teresa Soames. Just wait until tomorrow, please. I've had breakdowns with family due to the pressures of life and sheer utter exhaustion of working full-time, studying full-time, and just trying to survive life. But my heart, my sister Judy's sitting right there, and her children are my children. I just don't have to deal with them 24/7. And who matters is here to support me. Yes, I have failed time and time again, and yet I'm still standing. And we all are. And what an accomplishment this is. Whether you're graduating today or supporting someone graduating today, we have all experienced failure. Failure challenges our sense of self, our sense of worth, our sense of purpose. Failure makes us question who we are. What are we doing in this life? And what is this crazy ride all about? They say it's not your successes that make you, but the failures. And all cliches, there is some truth to. So here are a few of my truths, and I hope that some of them resonate with you. And when you were going through your 6 points, I was hoping that you didn't cover the ones I was. I'll keep mine to 3. Number 1, life is not easy, it's not fair, and it never was, and it never will be. You are not a victim. Get over it, get on with it, and never quit. There is no shame in failure, only in giving up. Number 2, every rejection, every failure is simply a redirection. When things don't seem to be going your way, remember, your existence is perfectly crafted to support your unique purpose. Find what inspires you and let that guide your journey. And my favourite, number 3, this is a one-time ride. Don't let others' judgments and opinions dictate the life you want, that you were destined for. Focus on those that support you when you fail, and you will, but they will also celebrate when you succeed, and you will. Don't be afraid to be an agitator. Don't be afraid to speak your truth, and don't be afraid to follow through. Because if you do that, and you live a life with integrity, you will have an immeasurable adventure far beyond your greatest dreams. You're never too old to fail, and you're never too old to succeed. Congratulations to my fellow graduates. I wish you all the courage to fail and the resilience to continue on your journey to extraordinary lives. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Ku, for an honest and passionate speech. I'm sure everyone here today can relate to what you had to say. Thank you very much, and congratulations again.
See
That was Ms. Angela Brewer. Angela is the founder and artistic director of Coast Opera Australia. Will you please join me again in thanking her for that superb performance? Please also join me in thanking our musicians. On the organ, Heather Moen-Boyd. And on the trumpet, Ms. Melanie McLaughlin. I'd also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank representatives from our alumni community who've come today to help celebrate the occasion. And finally, please join me in thanking our technical staff who ensure that the proceedings can be seen and heard, not just for all of us here in the hall today, but for those watching the event on the live stream. Graduates, this ceremony marks a change in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it certainly does not represent the end of your association with us. From today on, you're now part of the bigger Macquarie family. Our alumni network, which has over 225,000 graduate members living in more than 140 countries around the world, now welcomes you to its fold. We look forward to seeing you back on campus to attend alumni events, to undertake further study, or simply to visit our beautiful surrounds and reminisce about the times you spent here as a Macquarie University student. Graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. We urge you to commit to lifelong learning and inquiry. We urge you to set ambitious goals for yourselves. We urge you to continue the hard work that has already brought you this far. And remember that the world is not only changed by the great leaps forward of an Albert Einstein or a Marie Curie, but by the many contributions, small and large, of people just like you. At Macquarie, we pride ourselves on developing each and every one of our students into engaged community citizens and leaders. So we urge you to always give thought to what you can do for others along the way. You don't have to do much sometimes to make a real difference to someone's life. Sometimes a small gesture or a kind word can mean an enormous amount. We challenge you to continue to exercise sound judgment and initiative, and to always be generous in offering practical advice and support to those you meet on life's journey. Our hope is that as graduates of Macquarie University, you'll use what you've learnt here not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of the community. And in all you do, we charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. It's also our hope that you always remember the people who've helped you along the way, many of whom are here with us this afternoon. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. First, I'd like all our new graduates to please stand. Now I want you to place your testamers on your seats and turn around to face your families and friends. And now I invite you to give them a mighty round of applause. Okay, turn around now, but don't sit down, don't sit down. Here on the dais with me are no, don't sit down. Representatives of our academic staff who've led and supported you throughout your journey. So please join me in thanking them as well. Graduates, please remain standing, but do pick up your testaments behind you. We don't want you to leave those behind. The official party will soon leave the graduation hall, followed by the graduates in procession. As we do, our organist will play the traditional recessional music of graduation, which has been played at ceremonies like this for centuries. There's an age-old set of Latin lyrics which goes to this music, which begin, Gaudeamus igitur dum sumus juvenes. Translation, this graduation exit song means, therefore let us rejoice, we will always be young. The song speaks in a whimsical way of youth and old age at the same time, of the brevity of life and the inevitability of death, of state and city and of happiness. Again, to our newest graduates of Macquarie University, my warmest congratulations and every best wish for futures filled with success, satisfaction, and most importantly, with happiness. Now might I ask everyone to please stand. Shortly I'll lead the official party out, followed by the graduates, and I then invite you all to follow the graduates from the hall to enjoy some light refreshments on the platform behind. In closing today's wonderful celebration of your achievements, I say again, Gaudeamus igitur, therefore let us rejoice.